Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at the movement of corn, beans, and wheat from Friday. Corn futures were up again, closing 2 cents per bushel higher for the day. Beans closed down sharply, 17 cents, mostly due to favorable weather forecasts for rain in production areas in Brazil. Now for the week, March corn closed up 2 1/4 cents by the bushel, while January beans were down 5 3/4. USDA announced more overnight flash sales of beans, 4.9 million bushels to China and 7.3 million bushels to an unknown destination. And as I've told you before, most of the time that is China. As we look toward local cash trading, it's slow, even though there seems to be better demand for corn, primarily from Mexico. Corpus Christi's public elevator in Archer Daniels Midland is open for Milo trucks. They were open Saturday 7 a.m. to 6:45. Now, this week's schedule has yet to be revealed. John will report to us probably on Monday evening. You folks will hear it on Tuesday. Timco and the Andersons Houston were open weekdays last week. We assume that they will be open weekdays for trucks to unload 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call before you trade. The market's always changing. John Tuggle, Tuggle and Company Corpus, 1-800-2-TUGGLE, 361-852-5207. That's John Tuggle. We're on the line with Sean Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock. Sunday evening, looking towards sheep and goats on Tuesday and cattle on Wednesday in Fredericksburg, Texas at Gillespie Livestock. Sean, what are the sales looking to you like tonight?
Oh, Larry, sure think we'll get somewhere around that 3,000 on the sheep and goat end, and cattle end, I'd sure think we get kind of close to what we had last week. Somewhere around that 1,400 is what I'm thinking. It's been kind of slow all weekend, but I hadn't had many calls, but it is that time of year. So anybody have anything that they need to sell, sure need to get it in there in the next 3 weeks. We've got 3 more sales this year, and then we'll be off for Christmas and New Year's. So if you've got anything, sure need to get it in there in the next 3 weeks, including this week. So get it in there, and you can get it sold before the first of the year.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Sean.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
Thank you. Neighbor, let's take a look at the movement of beef and pork from Friday. The National Pork Carcass Cutout value in the afternoon, 28 weaker on a mixed to mostly higher primal at 83.55. They report pork production at 577.7 million pounds on a 2.704 million head harvest. That was up 3% from last year. Year-to-date totals exceed last year by about 0.4% on production, 1.6 on slaughter. Neighbor, as we turn our head and steer our gaze toward the beef side of that meat equation, we see that wholesale box prices, $297.46 for the choice, and $265.49 for the select. That was down $1.56 for the choice and up 74 for the select. Reported beef production, 529.7 million pounds on a 635,000 head harvest. As we look toward fats from last week, looks like the cash trade for the week, mostly 174 to 175, unchanged to 1 to 2 weaker for last week. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from Friday. We are on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction, Mason, and San Saba, getting ready for a new sale week. Let's begin with Mason, Ken.
You bet, Larry. We're looking for a good run on, I think, Sunday evening, right around 6 o'clock or so. We had 900 head already on the yards, about 80 cows. We're kind of looking for that 1,200 head. A lot of groups of calves and yearlings, several good groups of light cattle are going to be there tomorrow, ideal for these oats and wheat fields, and we're seeing tremendous demand for those right now to fill us up. So look for a good run. We entered the market up last week on a good tone, especially these little lightweight cattle were definitely dollars higher as compared to what they were prior to the Thanksgiving holiday. So that'll round it up for our Monday sale, looks like it, Larry. We'll talk more about it after we get through on our market on Monday.
Good. Now, we will sell in San Saba on Thursday. What do you see there?
You bet. We got a special stock of feeder sale there, and we've got about 700-800, I know, already coming. So I'm looking for that 1,500 to 2,000 head, something in that range. I think we'll have a good run with the demand that's on these lighter cattle and everything, and they've been calling in, the guys have, on a lot of cattle that have been weaned, all that, so we promote a little bit. So look for a great run for the end, Larry, and maybe have a few cows. I don't know anything right now on the cow end.
Good deal. You folks tune in again this afternoon during the 345 edition of Down on the Farm, maybe even the noon edition. Ken and I are going to talk about the success of the special on Saturday. Until then, Ken, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You bet, Larry. Then give us a call. Area code 325-372-5159. We do have some of those calves that are coming in on Thursday. They're up on our website at jordancattle.com, Larry.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle working pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000 or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. We're on the line with Seth Crane, Union Commission, Hondo Livestock. Monday sale, Sunday evening right now, though. Seth, what's the alleyway looking like?
360 head in right now. On the cow run, probably got somewhere around 80 cows. Palpate 50 of those there tomorrow. There will be some younger black cows in them, as well as 5 or 6 pairs we'll have. As far as calf and yearling run, just a good run of calves. Be a handful of light cattle there. If anybody's still looking for those turnout calves, but the quality on everything looks pretty good. Hopefully get to 4 1/4, 450 come sale time. I'd like to remind everybody next week's a special stocker feeder sale, December the 11th. In the meantime, if we can help you this week or then, give us a call, 830-741-8061. Get me on my cell phone, 210-288-3960. And for updates and information, visit us on Facebook or HondoLivestock.com.
Thank you, Seth.
Yes, sir.
Neighbor, I want to remind you, good folks in Down on the Farm Country, about the December the 9th, 2023 sale at Lutz Auction Service, approximately 7 miles west of Hondo. How about a John Deere 6330? How about 3 mini excavator? How about a Cat D6N? Looks like it's a LPG model. $39.89 as far as the number of hours. Grade control ready, super nice. How about a John Deere 17G mini excavator? Here's a D4H dozer with belly pans and engine closures, 1156 hours. There are things like a Max D 2023 BP flatbed trailer, East Texas Weldon trailer rig. How about a North aluminum long bed? There are more pieces of equipment than you can shake a stick at, so you need to go to their website, lutzauctionservice.com or salesbybud.com, or you can call Dwayne right now at 830-931-4312. That sale, December the 9th, 2023, 9 a.m. there in D'Hanis. You folks be there. We're on the line with Phil Brockenbush, Giddings Livestock. It's Sunday evening. What's it looking like?
Oh, it's good, Larry. We got 1,200 in right now. Pretty busy. They're lined up, kind of wrapped around the barn there. So I don't know. I think we'll have 15 to 1,700 again tomorrow.
Good. What's the shiniest consignment that you've seen come down the alleyway?
Man, as far as cows goes, it's just a bunch of jackpot cows. There's some good little young cows scattered through them. They're palpating right now. But the calf side of the deal, man, there's lots of strings of calves, from 10 to 120. And they're all, they're pretty much all good. I was just telling Jeff a while ago, the cattle are really good. They got condition, kind of all reds and blacks and yellows. So the cattle are really good that we got here today.
Good. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the sale on Monday in Giddings. Phil Brockenbush.
Yes, sir. You can call me at 979-716-4395 or call the barn at 979-542-2274.
We appreciate it. Thank you. We'll talk to you after the sale.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I'm Larry Marble. We're here with Tracy Phillips, the Texas landlady of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate. They specialize in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acres. Tracy, tell us about this hunting ranch listing you've got near Junction.
Sure thing, Larry. Bowood Spring Ranch is a stunning 1,430-acre ranch that provides some amazing hunting opportunities.
How so?
The whitetail deer harvested on this ranch have scored between the 140s and the 270s, and the area was used as a breeding facility for years, which the whitetail on the property are a testament to that.
Any blinds and feeders?
Oh, yes. We've got 14 blinds, 14 feeders throughout the property. Corn and protein have been utilized since 2017. In addition to the whitetail, there's also axis, black buck, a small fallow herd, Pierre David, scimitar oryx, and various species of ram on the ranch.
How can people get in touch to schedule a viewing in this showplace?
They can always call me direct, 512-393-9996, or find us online at homesteadandranch.com.
Tracy, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
I loved it. Thank you so much, Larry.
Neighbor, now it's time to get a hold of Leo Casas. Now, Leo, we were telling folks about this Yannick sale all last week. Now you're going to give us a sale report, correct?
My goodness, it was wild. We averaged 55.18 on 96 bulls. Females sold real good, but that bull sale was wild. Hell, we had one bring 20,000. A lot of them bring 10, 8, 85, 9,000. Excellent bulls, of course, and that makes a big difference. I want to remind your listeners, we've got plenty of good bulls available for lease or sale of all the popular breeds, and a lot of good replacement cattle available. I can be reached at 361-362-5863. Keep up with us on a daily basis on Instagram, Casas Cattle _rancher 3, or log on to my website for photos, videos, and information. CasasCattle.com, CASAS, CasasCattle.com. We're the bull people.
Remember, neighbors, MG Building Materials has 5 locations. MG in San Antonio is at 2651 Southwest Military Drive. MG in Corpus, they're on Padre Island Drive, 7436 Padre Island Drive. MG Building Materials Uvalde, 2301 East Main. The store in beautiful downtown Kerrville on Memorial Drive, 2202 is the street number. And MG Building Materials in Pleasanton, 1734 West Oak Lawn. Now, I know you can't remember them all, so go to mgbuildingmaterials.com for details. We're on the line with Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers. It's Sunday evening. We got a Monday sale they're prepping for. What's it looking like?
Looks good for tomorrow, Larry. Lots of good quality in the calves. Probably going to end up with around 1,800 total. I would say maybe 250, 300 cows, most of those being pack cows. There's a few little younger, thin, wetback cows mixed in. Probably 30 palpated cows, and I didn't see very many pairs at all, maybe 4 or 5. Calves, got a really good string of black calves, Charolais mixed in with them, Charolais crosses. Got a couple sets of Brayford calves, got some good Bremer steers, got 3 or 4 bunches of Bremer steers this week. Like I said, then a couple of bunches of Brayford steers that came in with them. But quality looks good. You know, most of the cattle kind of in that 350 to 6 weight range this week, with a handful of beer yearlings. Looks like around about 1,800 or so total.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Monday sale in Three Rivers, Riley Rhodes.
361-813-6650 is the cell. 361-786-2553 is the liveoaklivestock.com is the web.
We appreciate it, Riley. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm Radio, and I'm with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, you know, I'm an old sheep and goat man, was raised that way, and I love working sheep and goats with good equipment, and I bet you D&D can help me out, can't you?
Yes, sir. Larry, we are now carrying sheep and goat panels and working equipment from Rivera Panels. They're a family-owned company out in the little town of Lomita. They make quality equipment from working chutes to pens, all sorts of feeders that you can choose from as well.
Real great options for sheep and goat people. I know we've got them in Texas. I know we've got them in Guadalupe County. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Larry, you can get a hold of me at 830-379-7340, extension 161. More than happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
We appreciate you. That's Stephen from D&D talking about their sheep and goat equipment, ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company, Corpus. Milo through Corpus in December, March plus 115, 1071. Houston, March plus 120, 1080. Progresso, March plus 40, 937. Yellow corn to Corpus in December, March plus 35, 519 3/4. Progresso, March plus 97, 574 3/4. Hard red winter wheat to Houston in December, March plus 30, 676 3/4. And number 1 beans to Placido, December, January delivery, Jan less 90, 1235. 10,496 bale of Texas cotton moved Friday. 74.67 the low price, 77.42 the high price. Average across that almost 10,500 bales, 76.04. Neighbor, that's it for the Best Darn Farm Show in Texas. Definitely not average, because you're the Best Darn Farm Show listener. Thanks so much for joining us. My name's Larry Marble. That's it. That's all. Neighbor, as always, I'm gone.